it's me, Jack the Monster Jack, here for another video, and today I'm going to be making another PvZ tier list and see how my opinion has changed. Now, I have not done anything in between. It's just that I'm probably going to have some different opinions. Now, first of all, we have to have Sunflower in S tier. You use it in every single level except the World 2 and World 4. It's basically God tier. I love Magnet, but like, why is it spoiling my top tiers? But that doesn't make it a perfect tier. The SS tier means it could be used in every single situation, basically. Which doesn't mean is locked out of half the game. But, you know, you could use them, but it's as good as using a cherry bomb on or using a Plantern against a catapult zombie. It just doesn't work. Now, you are amazing, but only for a couple worlds and balloon zombies. But it is better than the Sunflower in the game. Or no, it's not. What am I talking about? It isn't better than the Sunflower because basically no plants are better than the Sunflower because there's no plants that can be used in almost every single level. But it's basically a really good level. Or not level, a really good video. Not video. What am I? Very good plant inside of PvZ. Just because of, like, it completely replaces a different plant. Speaking of replacing other plants, Magnet Shroom's counterpart. My God, does it suck. This guy just collects money. Is that good or is that horrid? I'll leave that to you. Is Money Magnet Shroom a good plant? Personally, in my opinion, he uses garbage as my can that I throw dead plants in. Now, the Cabbage Bolt. This guy, he is, as you know, he's not my favorite. Even though been in the second game, I have been like realizing that he's stronger than the other guy, so now we got replacement. You know how this guy can kill a zombie and can like get rid of an entire gimmick? Well, this guy gets useless. He is immediately the blow guy is immediately after the cactus. There's only 2 plants that can possibly kill the balloon zombie. Actually, three zombies that can kill the balloon zombies. But the only one that really, well, the only 2 that are really good is the cat one and that guy. Which, speaking of the cat, can be used in 2 worlds, but is unlocked so late that you don't get to use it. That's its downfall. I'm just going to put it in A tier. Also, water plants, I love you, but you'll only be able to use in 2 of the worlds, which is worse than Sunflower. I'm putting all the couple plants. Okay. One thing to say is that other than the first couple of levels, I never use Cherry Bomb. I never need to use this guy. But he's a good plant-ish. He's one of the best early games because he can just blow up a pile of zombies. And he's actually really good late game if you're a player that doesn't immediately ditch him as soon as you get Potato Mine. Now, Chomper. Yeah, he's not even close to as good as any other plant. He is Chomper, after all. And now we're going to have to quick draw. He is a really good plant, but his expense makes him just A tier. Beanio is just hilarious. Not hilarious. The fact that I called him Beanio is hilarious. And Dr. Nuke is a really good plant too, but it isn't as good as Sunflower and the others. This plant is horrid and can even be skipped over like that. Unlike Lilypad, which, speaking of Lilypad, is going to be put in the C tier because it is a plant that you kind of need, but as soon as you get Triple P, he's just kind of there. Okay, calm down. Now we got Fume Shroom, which really makes me kind of realize how OP this guy is. He's meant to get rid of screen doors, but really that's not the reason why he's so strong. He can kill multiple zombies in one hit. Well, by perfect timing. Huh? Please don't say you deleted my entire chart. What? Okay, it didn't, luckily. Now, a lot of people trash on this guy for no reason, in my opinion, because he's actually a okay plant. He's not that bad like most people would put him in E tier. He's actually a really good plant, making the next plant look, oh my god, so good. They're such a good combo together that they deserve to be in the same tier. Like, they're just so overpowered. And this guy, I just use him so much. I forgot what his name. I'm pretty sure it's Grave Eater or Grave Digger. One of those. Then we got Hypno Shroom, which I didn't really use that much. I just used it as a support plant, and even then I couldn't use it that much. I used it like for one level, and then I realized that how bad it is, and so I just put it in C tier because I have neutral thoughts about it. Now I have the guy that I ditched him for, which he is good, but like he isn't Doom good. Now we got this guy, which I only use in survival, which is really late game. And he's unlocked so early game that he's just a pretty good plant. Oh my god. I just remembered how crucial this guy is. He's literally one of the main focuses in one of the levels. Like, come on. He's the only reason I would have beaten the final boss. But we got the final showdown. I am going to say this, but between both games, Corn is the best plant in them. You might come up with anything just to get an excuse for this guy being so good, but he is just the best plant. He is 100 times better than any plant you can tell me are better than him. You could say that Fume is better than him, but no. You could say that Sun is better than him, but no. No one is better than Corn. No one could match the amazingness of and convenientness of this corny boy. Marigold literally is an okay combo with, or really bad combo with this guy right here. Yeah. Also, Speaking of plants, you can literally just skip over and not miss them. But it does have a purpose, and that purpose makes the levels a bit easier. Now, why do they do this? In the second game, you could plant the bowling ball, which has dirt on it, on a literal lily pad, which doesn't have any dirt at all. Why isn't he a... So the only reason I bring this up is because spiker weed and spikeweed, or spiker rock and spikeweed, are both pretty good plants. I wouldn't put them there, though. I don't really find the use for them. I find spiker rock is just too, situational for me. Like, needing to have enough sun to get him there, and then having to have a walnut to make him even useful, just seems... And you also need to have spike rock, or spike weed, which just does his purpose for him. And so why don't you just have a cheaper, more expensive option, which would do more damage? Or would just be cheaper and just would fasterly kill them. The zombies. Faster kill the zombies. Now, it is a tough thing to say, but wintermelon or watermelon is very awesome. But you want to know what is even better? Wintermelon is S tier. Even though it is the second most expensive plant in the game, it is the most worth it. It is basically the second most expensive plant in the game, but you could basically use it for any world after the second one, because then you get enough sun. The only problem with this plant is that there isn't enough time. You get at the very end of the game, you can either do it, spiker rock, or it's overshadowed by other plants. It's just such a good plant. It's amazing. I still can't believe how many situations you can use it for. It can basically kill most zombies in just a couple hits. Like, it is one of my mains in the second game. It is one of the plants I use all the time. And that's the reason why the second world I go for is Wild West, because it's the last plant. Now, from the second to last plant in the game to the first plant, here is Pea Shooter. He's such a god. He's better than No, I'm just joking. He's kind of useless other than the first couple of levels, until you realize that he is your main plant. He is the plant. He's the secondary plant that you use for basically the entire game. As soon as you get corn, he's not as useful anymore. But he's just too good. And now, who we've all been waiting for. Okay, anyway, Potato Mine, pretty good plant, I could say, but you don't really use him other than the first little time, so I'm gonna put him in the same tier as Cherry Bomb. Puffshroom. Yeah, he should basically be an S tier too because of how useful he is in nighttime levels. So I can't really put him in S tier, so I have to put him in S tier. Now we got Pumpkin, which every single time I play through the game and then unlock him, he's basically my best plant to use. So he becomes part of the squad as soon as I get to the roof levels. And then we got Double P, which just is stronger, somehow, you could say. But I don't use him other than his first level, and then boom. Scaredy Shroom is amazing. He's just so cheap. Unless you make him a pea shooter by using him. He's not very useful in the daytime levels. The only reasons you really use the coffee bean is for every single plant except for Scaredy and Puff and Sun. But speaking of trash plants, speaking of even better plants, this guy is just so cute. I need to put him higher just because of how cute he is. Then lower him just because of how trash he is. He can only be used in one world, and there is no other plants in the game that are both underwater and nighttime, which bumps him up to D tier, but then his cuteness bumps him up to C tier, so there we go, ice guy. There. Bit worse than the pea shooter. Don't even need to explain it. The next level, you get the best plant in the game. Why would you ever use this guy other than the first level you see him in? There is no reason. Like, he can shoot forward and backward, and his backward thing is a bit stronger. But when you can use Starfruit, someone who is actually a good plant, it makes you almost completely worthless. I've gotten on so many raves about how they shouldn't. It was a very smart idea to make Starfruit a money-only character. It was just genius. It was just genius because so many people don't realize it, but it's such a good plant. Now. The big, bad, crappy squash. He is not that bad, but really, you gotta agree, there is a reason why he's not that high on the list. He's just kind of like a okay plant, you could say. That's why I'm putting him in the neutral tier. But this is a high neutral. Just almost in B tier. Okay? So he's not neutral to me. He's a good plant in my eyes, but his versatility is just bad. Anyway, Sunshroom is basically a little worse than the normal sunflower. But in the second game, he becomes the best plant in the universe, which bumps him down a bit because he's not at his full max destruction yet, and so Tanglekelp. It's a pretty good plant, especially the fact that he's one of the only plants that can kill the scuba divers, which is just too overpowered because you kill an entire zombie in one gulp. But your cooldown is a bit long, and that hefty 75 is just too much for the game. Even though it shows 25 in that picture, as you can tell, it isn't always right with the prices it says. Because, well, Spiker Rock is not 225, it's 250. I'm trying to look for other ones that they did this. Also, wait, did they fix that? Did they fix it? Because I'm pretty sure it said 25 on that guy. So do I just have an old version? that's definitely 30. But that's a line, so it has to be a 5, right? Triple B! Good in almost every single non-third game world situation. He's only available in one world, but for that world, he cruises. He literally replaces an entire plant that removes a gimmick that it's just a plant that removes a gimmick that removes a plant that removes a gimmick. It's just so good. It's just so good. Same I can say for this guy, except it's a bit worse because he isn't as legendary as him, but he's still really good. And then Umbrella Leaf I just love this guy so much for his design, but that doesn't mean he's a good plant. He basically is the same as this guy, and Walnut. I never really found a reason for protection in this game. You really don't need him, but he's just a bit better than the Tall Nut. And this game, or in the second game, at least we have a reason to use him. Like, the bulls can't shoot over him, I guess. In the first game, you have, the dolphins that can't jump over him, but there's so little of a problem in the later game, and you can only afford those guys in the later game. It just doesn't work. You end up just using Tangle Kelp on them because you have just lily pads accidentally all over the place, exposing those other guys. And even so, if you have a strong enough thing, when zombies appear, they just immediately die. That's basically how it is for a lot of plants. It's just so, non-useful. And that's going to be it for this video. I haven't really had a video with 8 minutes left to do, and I have all the things to do. But I just have some things to say. I really, 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 really want 20 subs. We just need 4 subscribers. Is it that bad just to watch my videos and then press that button that says subscribe? All you need to do, okay, this is a tutorial on how to subscribe. You go to one of my videos. This exists. And then you go to the button that says subscribe, and I can't subscribe to myself, but I need you guys to subscribe, and press that big red button that says subscribe, and usually it isn't grayed out. Make sure it is completely gray. Completely gray. It needs to be the darkest gray you can possibly make it, instead of just like a pink. You need to make it, no matter what. Pink, what? Oh, that's from all the rock music I'm hearing. Just, is it that much to say?
This exists.
Like I'm gonna make another one of these videos, and I'm gonna look at another one of these videos, or another one of those people who aren't subscribed to me, and I'm gonna be like,
this exists.
and then you guys are gonna be like, oh, I exist. People who do. And so basically, I just need you to so badly hit that sub button so we can make it to that wonderful 20 subs. Oh my god. I've been begging every single video. I am sorry that I'm begging, but I need to get subscribers so that I can do this super, super awesome special. But I can't just do it early because then it's not special. And then you're just going to think, oh, I don't need to subscribe. It's just because you to subscribe. It's basically like, how did every single other YouTuber that you watch on YouTube become a big YouTuber? By getting subscribers. And you know how they got the subscribers? By begging. And so if the reason why you're not subscribing to me is because I'm begging for subscribers, then look at every single other YouTuber you like. And then realize they're either using sarcasm or begging for likes and subscribes. You realize every single video I've ever seen is like, hey, like and subscribe, and then let's get into this video. So please, just listen. If you listen to them, why not listen to me? That's not a good lesson to teach, but like, if you're listening to random people saying like and subscribe, and then not subscribing to someone who makes okay content, or really good content, that makes you that makes you want to like it and subscribe. Like and subscribe. I don't know why I'm begging for subscribers now. I'm just trying to explain to you how weird it is that after all these days of 16 subscribers, I haven't gotten one less or one plus. It's weird. And the subscriber button may be broken, so you might want to tap on that just to make sure. And then don't tap on it again, because that may broke it again. If it's red, that means it's broken. Just please, for the Monster Jack, do it. But after all this big talk, you might not think I'm going to do the rhyme. Like and subscribe, watch a million times. Hit that bell. If it's not blue, then you have a job to do. Hey, 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 hey. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Like and subscribe, watch a million times, hit that bell. If it's not blue, then you have a job to do. Hey, is this the reason you're not subscribing? I have no idea. Tell me in the comments. Like and subscribe. Watch a million times. Hit that bell. If it's not blue, then you have a job to do. Hey! Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. I've given you proof that I caught a shiny. Told you that I have a shiny Pokemon card somewhere in my basement. I don't know, but that's some new news. Just like and subscribe. Watch a million times as well. Hit that bell. If it's not blue, then you have a job to do. Hey! Like and subscribe. Watch a million times. I have a shiny Pokemon. You gotta believe me, I have proof. Just watch the video. It's named Proof, of course. And if you haven't seen it yet, just make sure you like and subscribe. Hit the bell to not miss any videos, so you don't miss out. Yeah. Okay, I just grinded my way to get to 30 minutes, so you can just skip over the last 8 minutes. Wait, maybe I should have told you this before I